Buenos dias from San Gervasi. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 17th of April, 2025. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. Tuesday the 15th, the government approved the first 1 billion euros in funds to support businesses already affected by the U.S. tariffs or the threat thereof. This is part of a 5 billion euro package to support companies facing liquidation due to the U.S. tariff announcement. 750 million euros will boost business liquidity to cover immediate costs like salaries and bills, while 250 million will fund new investments to support long-term recovery and growth. On a related note, Carlos Cuerpo, the economy minister, visited Washington this week to meet U.S. Treasury Secretary and discuss Spain's future economic relationship with the United States. Since setting sweeping tariffs, Trump has backtracked on most of them, but the latest financial damage has tarnished U.S. trade relations across the world, including with Spain. On Tuesday the 15th, the new outlet El País confirmed that Cuerpo said the door was open to negotiations, though what this means has not yet been determined. Travel news is there are a few need-to-know changes for those traveling between Spain and the U.S. Spain has updated its travel guidance, joining several European countries in response to recent U.S. policies. The updated guidance issued on Thursday the 10th states that travelers must declare their biological sex at birth on visa and U.S. ESTA forms. Countries like the UK, Germany, Finland, Denmark have issued similar guidance. Canada is also revising its rules, requiring those staying over 30 days to register with U.S. authorities. Let's talk about disasters that come from burning fossil fuels. On Saturday the 12th, torrential rain caused severe flooding across the Canary Islands of Lanzarote, southwest of the mainland, prompting the local government to declare a state of emergency. In just 2 hours, over 2 inches of rain fell, flooding homes and roads, particularly in the town of Arrecife, Teguise, Costa Teguise, and San Bartolomé. Over 300 emergency calls were made, with more than 220 incidents attended to overnight. Even though no injuries were reported, floodwaters left significant damage. The state of emergency was lifted Sunday morning. Flooding followed Storm Olivier, which impacted all the Canary Islands, parts of mainland Spain, and Portugal. Over to Catalonia, as the Barcelona City Council has taken a key step towards developing a new neighborhood around the future Las Sagreras station. On Tuesday the 15th, the council approved the first land reallocation plan, which will start at the San Martí district of the city, enabling construction of more than 3,000 homes, with 2/3 being public housing. The enormous land plot currently occupied by parking lots and industrial buildings will be transformed into housing and public facilities for over 8,000 residents. Development is set to begin building in 2029. In Madrid, the future of one of Spain's most controversial monuments is making headlines once again. On Wednesday the 9th, Catholic news agency said that Valley of the Fallen, or Valle de los Caídos, will keep its towering 400-foot cross. Originally built under dictator Francisco Franco as a Civil War memorial, much of it built by loyalist soldiers who were enslaved after the war. The site has long been a subject of debate, especially as the government plans to reshape the area to honor those affected by Franco's dictatorship rather than to commemorate him and his comrades. So, change is coming, the cross and controversy remain. Back to rainfall, this time about water levels. Just 6 months ago, Spain faced a severe drought. Now, thanks to heavy rainfall in late 2024 and early 2025, reservoirs have rebounded to over 70% capacity, an increase of 30% compared to 2023. Regions like Catalonia have seen dramatic recovery, but experts warn that relief may be temporary as summer approaches. Water levels could drop again. Experts say that agriculture remains the biggest water consumer and have stressed the need to upgrade irrigation systems and rethink water use to prevent future droughts. Up next, big cats. According to a BBC article published on Tuesday the 14th, the Spanish police arrested a couple in Mallorca off the eastern Catalan coast for illegally breeding and selling exotic cats, including protected species like white tigers, pumas, and clouded leopards. Local police rescued 19 animals in total, uncovering ties to a global wildlife trafficking network. The operation revealed that the network had been smuggling animals from Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine into the EU using false documents. The BBC also revealed that the couple used social media to actively market the animals, with some priced as high as $60,000. The felines have been placed at a zoo and may eventually be relocated to a rescue center. What is the best city to live in across the country? Well, news outlet Euro Weekly News, always interested in going for the easy-to-implement articles, leveraged OpenAI's ChatGPT to find out this week. AI ranked Valencia as the top city to live in Spain in 2025 based on its quality of life, cost of living, healthcare, safety, public service, culture, and expat friendliness. Second was San Sebastián, Barcelona third. Want to know more? Link to this goofy article in the show notes. April is only halfway there, so you might only have 2 weeks left of eating good fish. Did you know that there's a traditional belief in Spain about whether good seafood can be eaten in the months without an R, which are the same ones in English as in Spanish? April is traditionally considered the last good month to eat quality seafood in Spain until September. According to fishing experts, this is because colder waters between September and April provide more nutrients, making crustaceans like spider crabs and velvet crabs tastier. However, climate change and improved refrigeration have blurred these lines, calling into question this age-old belief. While winter might be the peak season, some seafood like shrimp and mussels are available all year round. Speaking of spring, according to the Spanish Meteorological Agency, during Holy Week or Semana Santa, which is celebrated from Sunday the 13th to Sunday the 20th, it's going to be mostly rainy and cooler than in previous weeks, so there might not be many Happy Easter or Feliz Pascuas going. An Atlantic weather front has brought rain across a lot of the country with strong winds and possible snowfall in mountain areas. Even though it's cleared up towards the end of this week, rain is expected to return on Good Friday, the 18th, and Saturday, Easter Sunday, the 20th. Monday remains uncertain, but forecasts suggest continued rain in the north and possible snow in higher elevations. Even though Semana Santa might not be the nicest on the weather front, there's still some delicious traditional foods to enjoy. Spain's Semana Santa food plays a big role alongside religious processions. Traditional Easter dishes include sweet treats like torrijas, that is Spanish-style French toast, roscos fritos, which is fried donuts, and delicious snacks like pan quemado and pestiños and buñuelos. If you're looking to cook or do important tasks over Semana Santa, be aware that many shops, supermarkets, and businesses close over the period because of national or regional vacation days. For instance, many regions, businesses will be closed Monday the 21st, on Thursday the 17th and 18th. Some will be closed, but others will open in reduced hours. Find out more about opening times of supermarket chains across the peninsula. Check out the link in the show notes. Finally, what is the smallest roundabout you've ever seen? Well, Spain has around 80,000 roundabouts, but the smallest, and one of the most bizarre, is in Guisando in central Spain. The tiny roundabout is just over 3 feet in diameter, about the size of a good-sized SUV tire, but despite the roundabout's size, it is properly marked with multiple road signs and serves a real purpose as it provides access to a parking area for the Carril de los Galayos hiking route in the Sierra de Gredos mountains in central Spain. Weird but wonderful fact to end this week's episode. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. You know that the Rorschach Spain update is just one of many updates. We've got a bunch of countries and non-country updates, including the Arctic update, area north of the Arctic Circle, a multilateral update on the world's major multilateral institutions, and the ocean update, about 70% of the world covered in salt water. Check out the full list of updates. Follow the link in the show notes. Hasta la próxima.